Okay. Hello everyone. Here is group 3. Our topic is will esports have bright future? Here is the content, and here is our guiding questions. And here is our objectives. Uh, First is the introduction to esports. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, esport is the activity of playing computer games against other people on the internet, often for money and often watched by other people using the internet, sometimes as special organized events. This, of course, only scratches the surface of the matters. Esports is a competition that brings people from all over the world and from all walks of life together. Tournaments are mostly gender neutral and offer far more opportunities for people with disability to compete alongside able people. As more and more people gain access to the World Wide Web, and as bandwidth grew large enough to support online multiplayer, people began battling in this game over the internet. In the early days, LAN parties became the standard for dedicated competitive gamers. They would meet up at someone's house, set up a dozen tables with PCs, and just start playing for hours and days on end. These LAN parties eventually grew in size, and now organizers like DreamHack host LAN events and trade fair host competitions, move to exhibition like games gone before growing into standalone stadium events. Lots of tournament platforms offer to pair up aspiring pro players with each other so that they don't have to compete with all the people that just want to play the game casually. On this kind of platform, players will start to gather in teams. Once a team is formed, they will start to compete in other online tournaments. For instance, ESL Electronic Sports League regularly hosts amateur tournaments with small prize pools. Next in line are open qualifiers to actual esports events. In Germany, for instance, the national competition ESL, Mr. Khrushchev, and 99 Danish League have open divisions, and from those, players will be able to advance into the higher divisions. These leagues are regularly scouted by talent hunters, who will pick out promising players and give them a chance on their first semi-professional team. Once they prove that they can competently compete on a higher level, premier teams will start to pick them up. This organization will offer competitive full-time salaries. And how many types of esports are there? There are many types of esports. For example, multiplayer, online battle, first-person shooter, fighting, card, battle royale, and real-time strategy. The most famous esport today is League of Legends or MOBA. Its competitions are held by the official organization, which is Riot Games, the development company of League of Legends. Instead of official organization, There are also some other organizations can host a competition. In the Counter-Strike Global Offensive, because its developer Valve does not have the ability to host a competition by itself, it permits some tournament platforms to host the competition, like FACEIT and ESEA. Also, it permits the ESL Electronic Sport League collaborated with Intel host the IEN Intel Extreme Master, which is the first biggest esports competition in the world.
I want to talk about why esports can be a formal competition. And one of the biggest debates concerning esports is whether competitive video gaming can be defined as a sport. The definition of sport has been attempted many times, and a universal definition has not been determined. Rather than a definitive academic definition, people refer to the Oxford English Dictionary definition, an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. The definition of sport needs to be discussed to ensure that esports can be defined as a sport. The first term to analyze is a physical exertion. Adho Kijau and Jorgensen state that absolute intensity can be used to determine the intensity of exercise. In a study performed by Bonner, Pinsker, and Noah, male and female participants' METs raised between 4 to 9 while participating in video games that involved dancing. Data shows physical exertion being demonstrated during the playing of the video games. The second part of the definition to analyze is a skill. To become a professional gamer, a player must learn different skills and techniques to get better. Researchers have used video games as a way to understand how a person develops skills. Green and Bolivar conducted a study that showed people learn skills from playing action video games. Bolivar, Green, Poyet, and Skater conclude that not one skill but many skills are obtained playing action video games. In competitive gaming, the skilled players dominate people that play for fun. In esports, there is a clear dividing win-loss record between players that are considered professionals and those that are not. And the final part of the definition deals with a person or team that competes against another person or team for entertainment. Playing video games as a hobby has evolved into competitions and tournaments with cash prize. Depending on the game being played, a person can enter a contest solo in the cases of fighting games such as Street Fighter, or join with a team playing games such as Counter-Strike or League of Legends. Esports are broadcasted on ESPN in the United States and the various networks around the world. Special esports arenas have been constructed to host the events. Next thing I want to talk is what it takes to begin an esports career. The first thing to do is to get a valuable work experience. Placement involves a degree of luck. So try to contact respected companies and friendly individuals who will take the time to give you an insight into the world of esports and help you develop your skills. And the next thing is to find your niche. There are many positions in the esports career, such as a professional player, host, analyst, journalist, and referee. The third thing to do is to practice yourself, because a good way to learn, to hone your skills, and to improve is just to start doing whatever you want. Don't let your dreams just be dreams, and do it. If you really want to be a pro player, put the practice in and try to join a local team to start with. If you want to be a journalist, just start a blog, write regularly, and promote your content on social media. And if you want to be a caster, get casting. Several impressive UK casters started on the National University Esports League and have built their career from there. And the last thing is to find your investment. Find some investment before you start. The best investment comes from the family's support. And the last thing I would like to talk about is esports future and the problems. Absolutely, esports has a bright future because more and more sponsors choose to invest in this industry, and the regulations for esports are established since last year. And now pro players can have good treatment after their retirement, either to be a coach in another pro league or to be a live streamer in Twitch or Facebook. However, problems still exist, like more and more cheaters flow into the esports arenas, and the gambling industries behind this industry are no longer under control anymore. Just like VP Games a few days ago, playing counterfeiting games against another team because of the gambling industries control this game.
Okay. So it's the vocabulary count. The first is the Faceit and ECA. Both of them are the tournament platforms, which can offer a platform that the player and the pro player can play in it. And the second is the ESL-IN. ESL is the Electronic Sport League, and the IN is the Intel Instrument Master, which is a big competition held by the ESL and the Intel. And the third is the wreck, which means the disastrous defeat in the game. And the fourth is the gank, which is usually used in the mobile games. It means the enemies attack you unexpectedly and suddenly. It can be used as when you play the League of Legends in the top, the enemy jungle attack you suddenly with his top player, and the fifth is the GG, or say good game. It is the praise up to the game in the chatting box. It means playing well, or it was an excellent game.
And my first vocabulary is major and minor. There are two important matches held by Valve Corporation, like Dota 2 and Counter-Strike Global Offensive have both major and minor. The second word is expose. It means make something visible by uncovering it. Just like I said, the counterfeiting games played by VP Gaming was exposed to the public by a journalist. The third one is clutch. It means that you win a round facing many enemies alone in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Alright, the fourth one is niche. It means the career that fits you the best. So you have to find your niche before you get into the career of esports. And the fifth one is counterfeiting. It means fake, like the counterfeiting games or artificial games. And the last one is pick. It is a tactical term used in CS, which means swinging your body in a small scale.
Thank you guys. Goodbye.
Thanks.